Located 600 kilometers south of Harappa, Mohenjo Daro is the largest settlement of the Indus Valley Civilization. Just the excavated area of the ruins is 2.5 square kilometers, and the central road in the city center had a width of 11 meters, which is enough for carts to pass through. Maze-like alleys course through 10-meter-high mud walls. Experts estimate that the city had a population of 200,000 people. Excavation work on Mohenjo Daro began in 1922. Indian archaeologists and an army of 1,200 workers dug up this buried ancient city.
Streets are very straight, cutting at 90 degrees. Small lanes bisecting them, making them rectangular blocks. Like you have Islamabad, beautifully organized city. So it makes you easy to go through and convenience for the life. That's why people give such an importance to the planning.
After Mohenjo Daro was revealed, two city sections were noticed. One section encompassed the temple and public bath. The other section was the residential area that lied just 150 meters away. So what kind of city environment did the inhabitants live in? The alleys were patterned like a go board and evenly spaced. The front doors of the dwellings led right into the alleys. Once inside, there was a large living room and a courtyard, in which families did their cooking or made handicrafts. The dwelling's well stood out. More than 700 small wells like this have been found in Mohenjo Daro. Wastewater from the courtyard would tumble down this open drain and then flow into the drainage canal, which would expel the water out of the city. The citadel section was built on higher ground that was 18 meters taller than the residential area. The public bathhouse and temple were prominent structures. Scores of people could bathe here at the same time. Tar was coated on the pool's bottom to make it waterproof. Priests and ordinary people would have walked down these steps to soak themselves in the pool of water. There was a drain at the bottom of the pool that could empty the water without requiring any heavy work.
ये सेमी पुल है, इधर से नहा के ऊपर से कपड़े वगैरह पहन के साफ सुथरे होके फिर ऊपर चले जाते थे इबादत करने के लिए. उधर इबादत वगैरह उधर ही करते थे.
This area has distinct wet and dry seasons that would have compelled the people to worship water. They believed that water was a gift from the gods. So after a person bathed, he or she would walk through the interior corridor made of mud walls to reach the temple with reverence. This artifact depicts either a priest or a king and contains several clues. The bearded sculpture featured large lips. Its headband ornament was made from bronze. Draped over its shoulder was a coat with trefoil patterns, which were perhaps a symbol of the stars or a special day for gods. At the National Museum in Delhi, the capital of India, there are many Indus Valley artifacts on display. Many carnelian necklaces are found in the museum exhibits. Carnelian is a semi-precious stone found in India's Gujarat state. It is ground to give it a shiny luster. Women wore hip ornaments, necklaces, and bracelets made from carnelian. These seals were quite novel discoveries, as they held important clues to the Indus Valley Civilization. More than 4,000 seals made of mud or soft talc were found in the Indus Valley. Inscriptions or drawings of people and animals were commonly depicted on these Indus Valley seals. The unicorn was the most common theme on them. It could be deduced that the seals were printed on plates and other objects to denote ownership by the owner of the seal. And similar seals have also been found in the Mesopotamian civilization ruins in Iraq. Not only were similar animals depicted, but even the inscriptions and symbols were identical. What implications does this have?
There were two overland routes. There was one overseas route. Trade is clearly established on the basis of archaeological finds and Mesopotamian literary records between Mesopotamia and Harappan civilization, and also between Harappan civilization and some of the Iranian civilization, and on the basis of humped bull motif, carnelian beads, estetite vessels, which means that objects of Mesopotamian origin being found in Harappa and objects of Harappan origin being found in Mesopotamia clearly testify to the fact that there was trade.
"4,500 years ago, it was likely that large boats sailed from the Indus River to the Arabian Sea. About 5 million people inhabited the banks of the Indus River, clustered in over 2,000 towns and villages. The crafts and goods they made were traded with other lands. Mesopotamia was the main trading place. Even though trade between the two civilizations was small, the land route linked the two. As trade volume grew, sea routes were established. Numerous trading cities sprung up along the route, and the Mohenjo Daro was the most prominent city. Mohenjo Daro was the Manhattan of its time. Goods were bountiful in the streets, and laborers toiled to carry them. Merchants made deals in tall buildings. There was drinkable water accessible everywhere at any time. But these ruins are all that remain of this once flourishing ancient civilization. The city suddenly vanished around 1800 BCE. No weapons were found in the ruins, making it unlikely that a war brought upon its collapse. There are no signs of destruction or fire damage. Then what caused the city's downfall?
River Valley is the best possible location for a civilization or for a city to exist. So when you find that a river has changed its course because of tectonic shifts, then obviously the city does not exist there. It ceases to exist. So tectonic movements, floods from the rivers, natural disasters, these are some of the causes which have been held responsible for the decline of the Harappan civilization.
The Indian subcontinent has distinct climate patterns. Clouds full of moisture are pushed northward, where they meet the cold Himalayas that result in heavy rains. This causes the monsoon season. Monsoons begin every July, and it is considered as a gift of prosperity from the gods among Indians and Pakistanis. In 1800 BCE, however, the monsoon was weaker and changed the course of the river, directly impacting the fall of the civilization.